I never streamed in mine. I don't think I did go live.
I don't think we.
It's on you, Mr. Okay. I need to towards you.
Oh.
Good afternoon, everyone. The court is now in session with the Honorable Judge Sean B. Perkins. While court is in session, please keep your background is quiet and clear. Stay muted till your name is called. Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Mr. Peoples. Good afternoon, everyone. I appreciate your patience. We're going to start off with Mrs. Galloway was here this morning and had some technical difficulties, and you were here for quite some time, Mrs. Galloway, working it out. I hope you, well, Ms. Galloway, I don't see that you're connected to audio again. If you can connect to audio. Good afternoon, Ms. Gayton Robinson.
Good afternoon, Judge Perkins. How are you?
Very well. I think the people are very lucky to have an attorney of your caliber that will be representing them. I certainly would be happy about that. So everyone, here's how it's going to go. We are going to get some people checked in. I do see the people that have their name on the line, but I'm going to ask for people first starting with Galaxy Note 9. If you can unmute yourself and give me your name so I can check you in under your name.
Alvin Gary.
Okay, Mr. Gary, I have you down here. And I appreciate that. Be patient. We'll try to get you out of here as soon as possible.
Thank you, sir.
iPhone that's unmuted right now. Can I have your name?
T-Row Law. I'm at work, sir.
Mr. Law, I hear you are at work.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so I know that whatever fines and costs that I may assess on your case, that you can get them paid, you got a job. I got you, Mr. Law. All right. Okay, I see, Tarika's iPhone. Just mute yourself, Mr. Law. Everybody put on mute until I call your name, please. I have so Mrs. Tarika Griffin, I'm going to say that this is Mrs. Griffin.
Are you saying Treka Griffin, sir?
Treka?
Yes, sir. It's Treka Griffin.
Okay, yeah, I got you checked in. Thank you.
Thank you.
And just mute yourself, Ms. Griffin, so that no background noise will get.
No problem.
You as well, Mr. Law. Then I have a 248 number, 688. Who might that be?
Hi, this is T-Row Law's mom. I'm just listening in.
Okay.
Did you hear me, Your Honor?
I heard you. How you doing, Mrs. Law?
No, my name is Miss Isom. No, Shantae Isom is my name, sir.
Okay, this is Isom.
Yes, sir, Shantae Isom.
I have another iPhone. You can unmute yourself. Please state your name. Somebody on an iPhone that hasn't checked in yet? And we have Mrs. Galloway that doesn't have audio on.
2866.
And the iPhone, the Galaxy SG20 G5 doesn't have audio.
Are you, am I on now?
On now, is this the
This is
Galaxy?
Hero.
No, so
Yes.
Judge Perkins, that's the phone-in person that's talking,
Okay.
that's asking, is she
Miss
on?
Isa, Miss Isa, let me ask you
Yes,
this. Are you only here in support of your son?
yes, I'm here for Tiro. Tiro just turned 18. So I am trying to, I logged in to find out what's going on with him in this court case.
Okay, if since you don't have a case here today, I'm gonna ask you to stay muted, okay?
Oh, yes, sir. I thought you was telling me to unmute the phone. Okay, yes, sir.
No, you're gonna stay muted. You should be zooming in through YouTube and watching through YouTube. That's how you should be on.
Okay, so you want me to come off of here and go through YouTube and watch it from YouTube?
Correct.
Okay, no problem. I'll do that. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I have an iPhone here that has your, well, are they gone? Yeah, all right. And then we still have the Galaxy, and we're gonna have trouble with this Galloway. Okay, I got Chanel, and Chanel, what is your name?
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
What is your last name? Miss Chanel?
Giles, Giles.
Okay, say that again.
Excuse me.
Hello?
Area code 13926, who might you be?
I'm Cynthia Galloway. I couldn't get back on the video call. I gotta fix this. The video
Okay,
call.
good. All right,
I don't know.
Galloway. I got you. Just put your phone on mute until I call your name, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so let's get going. D. Davis? Is it D. Davis?
That's your recorder, Your Honor.
Oh, okay.
May I talk to a judge?
Yes.
So Denise, you're here for the afternoon? Oh, yeah, oops, I'm sorry, I accidentally hung you up.
So we have Mrs. Galloway, let's see what she has. So she's here this morning, and she had.
Cynthia Galloway.
That's Cynthia Galloway?
Yes.
Yes.
She's back.
Facility conduct, Washington.
Go ahead.
Denise, are you here for the afternoon? She's frozen.
Won't you just step?
Yeah.
Oh, there she is, she's back.
Ms. Davis,
Oh.
All right, Mrs. Galloway,
Yes.
I have, let me make sure. Everyone, you can listen up. Here's my intent. My intent is to try to service you as best as we possibly can. And what that means is I know that everyone here has a case for today. And what I usually do in my practice is to look up in the system and see if is there anything else out in the 36th district world that may not be on our docket today. But what my intent is try to, as best we can, make this a one-stop shop for you. So if it's not on the docket today, if we possibly can, we will bring that up bring it to your attention and give you an opportunity to litigate the case. Not always will that happen, but that's our intent, so you can, once you show up today, you can be done with the 36th District Court if possible, and you can take care of stuff and possibly get a license or just be free of having to come back to court. So,
Okay. But this ain't about driving,
Okay,
because
so
I ain't got no
Miss
license.
Miss
I mean,
Griffin,
this Cynthia Galloway.
Yes.
Miss Galloway, I'm sorry, Miss Galloway,
Yes.
if you could push *6 on your phone when it's your turn, and we're
let's
talking.
do this. Let's make it her turn now, Ms.
Okay.
Ms. Gaten Robinson, because she was here this morning and had some difficulty. So I see 2 matters up for you today, Ms. Galloway. And there is an offer in the file. And that offer would be to dismiss what you have a that offer would be to dismiss the
Dismiss both of them.
Okay, I see. The offer would be to dismiss the disorderly conduct and plead the false information ID, and that would be taken under a 9-month delayed sentence. So what that means, Mrs. Galloway, is that if you are ready to take this offer, we will put you on probation for 9 months. If there's no other infractions within that 9 months and you comply with all the terms and conditions, then you will this case will be dismissed. Now,
okay.
With that being said, I do have Attorney Gaten Robinson on the line. I can put you in a breakout room with Mrs. Robinson and allow you time to discuss the matter.
Oh, no, that's fine. I'm fine with it. I just want to know, for 9 months, what that mean I got to do? What I have to do for 9 months?
All right, let me put you on hold for a second. So, in this,
Where I will be sure.
it's the same tool.
Oh, yeah, I'll take a look.
Yeah. It's normally
And
noon
it
to
is my father.
must pay off.
They're gonna be saying,
What's the age of those tickets?
22.
Both of them. You guys didn't know what? Okay, you know what? The seriousness of.
Are you gonna do
I'm
something?
not gonna nobody know.
I think the seriousness of the 2 tickets. That's why I did.
You heard me, Ms. Gaten?
Your Honor, can you read the
Say
chat?
it again. Say it again, because she talking, I can't hear what you say.
No, I was talking to your counsel, Ms.
Yeah.
Your Honor, can you read my chat?
I will try. And that would be to explain to Mrs. Galloway.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I got it. So basically, here's what I'm gonna do. If you want to take it, all I'm gonna do is require you to not get in any more trouble, no contact with police, pay fines and costs. And in that time, if you don't do that within the 9-month period, the case will be dismissed.
Oh, okay. All right. Hello? Yes.
Ms. Gaten Robinson,
Yes, Your Honor.
how's that?
That's a perfect explanation.
Okay.
Okay, so, now can you repeat the rules again? Because she was talking, I couldn't hear you.
All right. Ms. Galloway, we're gonna do this one more time. You got a a $240 fine. You
Okay.
have, the requirements that I'm gonna set out for you is to not have any police contact, no trouble with the law, and to pay the fines, and just to not get in any trouble in the 9 months.
Okay, what kind of fine is it? And how much is it?
$240.
Oh, every month?
No, just one $240 fine, Ms. Rob.
Oh, that's
Galloway.
it? Okay.
Yes. And I'll give you, and you're gonna have up to the 9 months to pay it, so the sooner you pay it, I'll even allow you to come back in what, 3 months to get the case closed out if you have everything paid off.
Oh, okay, that'd be great, because I'm gonna pay it next month then. I'll pay it all off next month, and then you can
Ms.
take it out
Davis,
then.
are we ready to put this on the record?
I don't know where she went.
I'm right here. Yes, sir.
All right, let's go. This is the city of Detroit versus Cynthia Galloway. Case numbers U577-93320 and U577-93120. Mrs. Galloway, as I stated off the record, you have 2 matters before the court. There's been an offer in the file, and that would be to plead to one under a 9-month delayed sentence, and the other case would be dismissed. I told you, Ms. Galloway, off the record that I would fine you $240 in the matter, and your requirement would be to stay out of trouble, don't have any police contact, and pay those fines and costs within that 9-month period, and we will close this case out and dismiss this case as well. I also stated on that I will even go as far as to, if you got the fines and costs paid within 3 months, that I would close this case out after 3 months, as long as you meet those requirements. I did also say, well, I will say this, Mrs. Galloway, you have a right to a trial, and if you don't like the offer, then you we can set a trial date in this matter. And I also have Mrs. Gaten Robinson on as your counsel, and if you don't understand something in this, I can put you guys in the breakout room so she can explain to you the consequences and repercussions. But if you do it, if you understand everything and you're willing to accept this offer, we can put it on the record and get you out of here.
Okay, yeah, put it on the record. I'll be down there to pay the fine.
Okay. Can you raise your right hand, Mrs. Galloway?
Yeah.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in the matter?
Yeah.
All right, you can put your hand down, Ms. Galloway.
Okay.
So I'm going to direct your attention to the date of August 19th, 2020 at August 19th, 2020 at 4 p.m. Do you know that these both happen on the same day, right? Okay. And were you in the area?
Yeah.
On that date, were you in the area of 7370 Marcus Avenue in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And did you have occasion to be approached by a Detroit police officer?
Yes.
And did that Detroit police officer issue you a ticket for supplying false information to a police officer?
Yes.
And did you in fact supply false information to a police officer?
Yes.
And what did you do on that date to give him false information, or him or her false information?
I had something in my hand, and I said that I had it. I found it and he said, no, you did. You had it in your pocket. And I said, yeah, I did. And then he said, see, it makes it more easier when you tell truth than when you tell a lie. I said, yeah, you're right. And that's why that
What
was.
what was that you had in your hand?
It was half a blunt. So weed.
Okay, so I don't see how making false claims.
But I didn't even know that was this case. I didn't even know that.
I'm trying to see how Miss Gayden Robinson that where the false information came from. Did you call the police, Mrs. Galloway?
Yeah, I had called them when I was having a problem with the neighborhood over there, and the girl, she came out her door, and she was like, this bitch always calling them, excuse me for my French, but that's how the way she came out the door when the police came to my house, because they was making a lot of noise on the side of my house at that time. They had a party going on, and I had called them, and I had told them that it was a lot of noise, and it was going on 11 o'clock. And then that lady came out.
What false information did you provide them when you called the police?
I don't remember, but they said I gave them false information. I want to get this fine off of me. I don't know. I can't say. I don't remember me giving them no false information. But I know what they were talking about. When I keep on calling the police and they don't find nothing. They don't see nothing going on. But it's not my fault that people have scanners and they listen to when they get ready to come and then they disappear. I didn't know until the other guy was a police officer said that they could download the app and they can hear when the police can't come and they do run away. They do leave the scene.
Yeah, let me ask you this, Mrs. Galloway. Were you disturbing the peace on that day?
Not me. I wasn't disturbing the peace. They was. They had a party going on in the neighborhood, and I had called in and I had told them that they had too much noise on the side of my house at that time, and that's when the police said I had gave out false information. That lady cop, she came and she said I was giving out false information, but I didn't give out no false information. I had called because they was making a lot of noise.
Okay, so when the police got there, did they hear anything at all?
No, because the people had left.
Okay.
They had left. They left before they got here.
You know something, Mrs. Gayden Robinson, I'm just not comfortable because what she's saying is that there's she called the police and it sounds like she called the police legitimately. She's saying that.
I heard everything that she has relayed to the court. Just for the record, Your Honor, Attorney Phyllis Gayden Robinson, P71733. Ms. Galloway did indicate off the record that she did not need my assistance. Nonetheless, I do agree with the court. She has not made a factual basis. I think this matter should go to trial.
I don't think so. I just pay the fine.
Ms. Galloway, you can't, Ms. Galloway.
I'm tired of going through this, man.
Okay,
I ain't doing nothing wrong, though.
Listen. You have to listen.
Ms. Galloway, listen to me, please. You know, what it sounds like, Ms. Galloway, is that you're saying that you didn't do anything wrong based on what I hear, okay? And you saying that you called the police and the police, because you felt that the neighbors were disturbing the peace. When the police came, the neighbors had quieted down and whatever. So when the police came, they didn't actually see that. So it sounds like the police actually wrote you a ticket for filing a false police report by you calling the police on the neighbors. So with that being said, Ms. Galloway, I know it's uncomfortable or maybe even an inconvenience for you to come back. But I don't have the proper legal authority to enter you into this plea agreement if a factual basis cannot be established. So with that being said, I'm gonna have to set a trial date in this matter, and you're gonna have to come back. I know, well, let me say this. I'm pretty sure that on that trial date, we can get everything resolved. I will give a date that is, that you can, that you have to Zoom back in. So generally my trial dates are set right now for July the 28th. I'll give you the opportunity to take that date on July the 28th. I'll summons the police officers in, and we'll get this matter worked out on that day, okay?
Okay.
Because you may not have any fines or be on any kind of probation, Ms. Galloway, if they can't prove that you did what they said you did, okay?
Okay.
All right. The court finds what the court is going to do is the court is going to set these matters for trial on July the 28th at 9 a.m. Ms. Galloway, please call back in or sign back in on that date. Do we have
July 28th at what time?
At 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Are you still at the 7370 address?
Yes, 7370 Market Street.
You should get a notice, Ms. Galloway, but if you don't get a notice, let me tell you that this is going to be your date, and you Zoom back in, and we'll get this matter straightened out on that date. Is that fair enough?
Oh, yes.
All right. You have any other questions?
No.
All right. Thank you for your patience, Ms. Galloway. I know you have spent all morning trying to get connected, and I appreciate that. I appreciate you showing back up at 1:30. And if you don't have any other questions, you have a great day. You're going to have a trial date on July the 28th at 9 a.m.
Okay, thank you.
You're free to leave, Ms. Galloway.
Okay.
Okay. The next person I see up is Mr. Alvin Gary.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Mr. Gary. Okay, I have in your file open intoxicants in a motor vehicle, which is written under the state code, and I don't have an offer in the file. So, with that being said,
You can do the MOU for passenger. Under the MOU for passenger.
okay, so I do, Ms. Gayton, have authority to offer him via the memorandum of understanding, the open intox passenger. I will be able to put you in a Zoom, a breakout room with Mrs. Mrs. Gayton Robinson, and I will allow you time to discuss the repercussions of that. But I'll also set a pretrial date, right? In that there will be, well, there probably won't be any other offer. I'll also set a trial date in the matter, and we can have the officer in on that date and have this matter resolved then. It's your pleasure.
I'd like to resolve it today.
So you would like to take the open intox passenger?
Yes.
Ms. Gayton, can you let them know what liabilities or obligations or whatever he's gonna have with that? I'm gonna fine him $250.
Mr. Gary, are you aware that that's going to be 2 points on your license?
No.
It is.
Well, I don't want that.
Well,
Because
that's why you
Okay.
should probably take advantage of the opportunity to talk to the lawyer.
Okay.
All right,
Well,
so,
I would like that.
all right, so you want to set a trial date in this matter, and we'll
Yes, Your
summons
Honor.
up. All right, is that with your pleasure, Mr. Gary?
Yes.
Mr. Gary,
Yes.
at the trial date, if the officer is not present and there is not a valid reason for the officer not being present, then there will be a motion to dismiss. Also, at the trial date, the attorney will have an opportunity to talk to the officer on your behalf and see if there's anything else that can be done, okay?
Okay.
but the current offer would be 2 points on your license.
No, thank you.
All right, so
That's
let's
what I'm
call
here
the case. Let me see, I didn't look up and see if Mr. Gary had anything else in the 36th District Court world. I'll do that right now. The only thing I see is this matter here. So what we'll do is we'll call the case, get you that same July 28th trial date, and we'll see you back then. So this is Michigan versus Alvin, Lamar, Michael, Garrett, case number SX 38205-701. Mr. Gary, off the record, discussed the options that have been afforded to you. Plead under the memorandum of understanding to plead to an amended count of open intox in a motor vehicle passenger. You understand that that was a 2-point offense, and I would fine you $240. You elected to, I think wisely, to set a trial date in this matter. We'll summons the officers in, and we will see if we can get some sort of resolution on that trial date, which would be July the 28th. You have no further questions, and that's going to be at 9 a.m. If you have no further questions, Mr. Gary, we'll set that date for you. You may or may not receive a notice, but don't rely on the notice. Just make sure you chime back in on July the 28th at 9 a.m. and we'll get some sort of resolution, hopefully on that date. Okay.
Thank you very much. I'll see you on the 28th at 9 a.m.
All right, thank you very much. Have a safe and happy week.
You too. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have, documents, I have a phone.
Yeah, she was supposed to be here this morning.
She said she had.
Okay.
So she's on the phone.
Tell her, call in. She's gonna be last calling about.
You want to call?
Zoom in for about 20 minutes or so. So we're not get some. She's gonna be last. Let her know that. Okay. Who we have next? I have let me see if someone else that I see. I'm trying to do it in order, but. Mrs. Griffin.
Yes, Your Honor. This is Treka Griffin.
There you go, Mrs. Griffin. So I have one count here of suspended driving while license suspended, which the offer in the file is amended to failure to display. You heard the same thing that I've told everyone else. I have Attorney Gaten Robinson on the line. That's failure to display would be a $240 fine, and it will be 0 points on your license, but it is a misdemeanor. Let me see if there's anything else that we don't know about.
Your Honor, I got a ticket. I don't recall where I got it at. I just know like the roundabout location, and I think that's what made it where my license was suspended. I was on 8 Mile, and the ticket that said my license was suspended because I was unaware of that. It happened over on the east side.
Okay,
is there anything for you to tell me where the ticket is from?
Well, all I have here, and I'm gonna see if my clerk can help me do a little more extensive search for you.
I would appreciate it, sir.
Can you look her?
Yes, sir.
I don't forgot how to do that. All I have here in front of me is the driving while license suspended, and you're telling me that there was another ticket that you got prior to this that's what caused your license to be suspended. Is that
That's
correct?
what it was, because, yes, sir.
So you don't have a license now, do you?
No, sir. I haven't been able to get into the Secretary of State, and I don't remember where the ticket was from. I tried to look online to find where it was, but all I remember is that I was on 8 Mile in like the Quinder area.
Do you know what side of 8 Mile you were stopped on?
The side where the grocery store is.
Do you remember what because
It's like the Quinder.
You have, you know, Your Honor, because they have border authority within 1 mile border. I don't know if the police officers from the city across, if you can't find anything, are the ones that actually wrote her the ticket.
Well, unfortunately, when you say the side the grocery store is on, we don't have too many grocery stores in the city of Detroit. So are you talking about the Meyer?
No, sir.
Oh, I hate the Quinder at that shopping center. All right, well, here's the deal. That ticket seems like it's going to be out of probably Hazel Park.
You said Hazel Park? Okay.
Or but I don't have anything but this on the docket today. I don't. My clerk has looked up and ran the license for you, and you don't have any other tickets outstanding. We don't see a ticket on 8 Mile
anymore. That's fine. I'll take care of this.
So you had your hand up, Ms. Gaten Robinson?
Yes. Ms. Griffin, you can actually log into the Secretary of State at this point and pull your driving record.
Okay.
I think you pay $12 for it, but when you log into the state of Michigan, there's a way to access your driving record, and then you can see everything that's going on with your license.
Okay.
And this is a little bit of information for everybody too. They do have an option if you need to get to the Secretary of State. If you sign on, I would do it before 8 a.m. and be ready to go. But by 8 a.m. and 12 noon, you have an opportunity to try to get a next day appointment. So that's just a little information for everybody out there, so that, you know, I know it's been difficult and it's worked. I've done it a couple of times in the last couple of weeks for my kids, so it's happened. So Mrs. Griffin, the offer still is here in the file, and that is to plead to the amended count of failure to display. I told you that I would fine you $240 in this matter, and I will give you as much time as you need to pay. That while that failure to display is a misdemeanor case, a misdemeanor charge on your record, it carries no points, but it will abstract to the Secretary of State.
Okay.
You have to let me know what you want to do.
I want to go through with that, and I will take care of the fine.
Okay. Let's call the case. This is the city of Detroit. Give me pronounce your first name again for me, please. I'm sorry.
Treka.
Treka.
Yes, sir.
Griffin. That would be case number SP 114766621. You can put the spelling of that on the record for my court reporter, please.
That's Treka, Traka, Lassini, Lasenee, Griffin, Griffin.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Griffin. So we talked off the record about the offer that has been availed to you. That would be, you got charged with 1 pound of driving while license suspended. The city attorney is willing to amend that to a failure to display. That is a 0-point ticket. It is a misdemeanor. It does carry a penalty of $240. I did say that I would give as much time as you need to pay. I have to ask you, Ms. Griffin, do you understand that you have a right to go to trial in this matter?
I don't want to go to trial, sir. No, thank you.
I just got to go through the process with you to make sure you understand. So do you understand you have a right for a trial?
Yes, sir.
And you understand by taking this offer, Ms. Griffin, you're going to give up that right?
Yes, sir.
Did anybody promise you anything other than what we put on the record today?
No, sir.
You're taking that freely and voluntarily, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me take you back to December 21st, 2020 at 1:48 p.m. in the area of Dickerson in Essex. Were you driving a motor vehicle on that day, Mrs. Griffin?
Yes, sir.
And did you have an occasion to be pulled over by the Detroit police officer?
Yes, sir.
And did that Detroit police officer ask you to produce a valid driver's license?
Yes.
And you couldn't produce that driver's license, correct?
No, sir.
And you couldn't produce that license because at that time you were driving, your license was suspended, is that correct?
That is correct.
You satisfied, Ms. Gagnon?
I am satisfied, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm gonna assess an amount of $240 in this matter. I'm gonna amend that driving while license suspended ticket to a failure to display a 0 offense. Mrs. Griffin, I told you I'd give you as much time as you needed to pay. How much time do you need, Ms. Griffin?
I need at least a month, maybe, if that.
All right, well, let's do this. Let's give you 2 months, Ms. Griffin, up until August the 9th, 2021. And Ms. Griffin, I will say that if you find yourself in a position that you can't get it paid by then, that I would like for you to hopefully zoom back in, and we'll try to see if we can get some more time for you, because I would hate for this to increase by penalties and fees because of you not being able to pay.
No problem. I have a question, sir.
Okay.
With this ticket, does it make me have a driver's responsibility fee or no?
Ms. Gayden, I think that all the driver responsibility fees are gone now. Is that correct, Ms.
Okay.
Gayden?
I just want to make sure I'm
were abolished, but you do have reinstatement fees.
okay. Do you know how much the reinstatement normally is?
It depends on your license, but if there was a suspension that was sent to the court, like if you missed your court date, there's a $45 reinstatement fee if you had to post a bond on this matter.
You don't have any reinstatement fees either.
Okay.
Okay. So pretty much after I pay the $240, my license to be reinstated?
No, ma'am.
No.
So
Oh.
your license, the final decision on your license comes from the Secretary of State.
Okay.
Your matters with the 36th District Court are resolved.
Okay.
You have to talk to the Secretary of State, because just like you got that ticket for driving on while license suspended, in the
Right.
state of Michigan, now they suspend your license from the date of your last ticket. So depending upon when you got the ticket, how long they suspended it for based on your driving record, that will be told to you by the Secretary of State.
Okay.
So make that appointment the judge was telling you about, the online next day appointment, so that you get accurate information from the Secretary of State.
No
Especially
problem.
if you know you
And I
got
would
a
suggest,
outstanding on 8 Mile that you haven't resolved because you don't know where it's at.
Right. I'm gonna try to go online like he was saying and see if I can obtain that information first before I try to go into the Secretary of State, because I would have to take off of work in order to go there during the day. So that make it's a little bit more easier for me that way.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
thank you.
Thank you.
If you don't have any further questions, Ms. Griffin, you're free to leave.
Thank you. Y'all have a great day.
You as well, have a better one.
All right.
I have Mr. Terrell, T-Roll Law.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Did
sir.
I get that right? Mr. Law?
Yes, Your Honor. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Mr. iPhone, good afternoon, how's it going?
How's it going? It's going good.
And state your name for me, please.
T-Roll Law.
Okay, I have you down as iPhone, and are you signed in 2 different places?
No.
Okay, I have you under. I have the guy that just in the orange and white striped shirt. What's your name?
Yes, sir. I'm Lance Levy.
Okay, I had you renamed the wrong. Let me rename you right, Mr. Mr. Levy, Lancel
Yes, sir.
Levy.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, we're gonna be with you in a minute, Mr. Levy. So, Mr. Law, good afternoon. Thank you for your patience. All right, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 matters in front of me, and I have an offer here. Let me make sure that these are all that you have to deal with.
He has 6.
You got more?
Yeah, he has. He has 7 in the system. Would you ask him if he's a junior?
Are you a junior?
Yes.
Is that all of them?
Yes, I am a junior, Your Honor.
These must be your.
Can you give me a printout of all 7 of those?
Yes, sir.
Please.
Yes, the 40 he has on the docket is scheduled for today, and then he has the remaining 3, June 20.
Yeah. All right, I see that you have some, you have 3 on the matter that you need to be arraigned on today. And then you have 4 that you need to be arraigned on today. And then you have 3 other matters that you have a date for the 21st of June. So what we want to do is we want to try to consolidate all of these unless you want to come back.
No.
So I'm going to hand this back over to my courtroom prosecutor, Mr. Goss. I'm going to allow him to review the other matters that you have up. Let me ask you this, do you have any insurance or any registration?
Oh, Your Honor.
All right, so I'm gonna give this to him. Once he gets back with me on that, then we can get you all set. If you want to take the deal, you can take it, or you can go to trial. It'll be your pleasure. And I will have Ms. Gayton on the line to advise you if you need be. What do we have next? Mrs. Is that, I don't know, is that Donjay Ali?
What do you say, Your Honor?
Mr. Ali? Oli?
Yes.
Is that Oli?
No, who? I'm confused, Your Honor. Who is that?
Don J. Who's Don J?
I thought you were talking to me.
I got you. Mr. Oli, and you need to unmute yourself, please.
How you doing?
How you doing? Did I get your first and last name pronounced right?
Yeah, Don J. Ali.
Mr. Ali, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
He just has those 2.
He just has those 2. All right, it looks like this is the only 2 matters you have up to date. Mr. Ali, did you have insurance on that day?
No, I actually didn't have any insurance or my license. Well, not my license. My plate was expired. I was at school at the moment, so once I got back, I wasn't able to handle it because of the Secretary of State. But I actually have a whole nother car now with insurance and the plates. So I have to get rid of that car because I couldn't do anything with it.
So that's on December the 19th, 2020. Okay, so what I have here is I have an offer from the city attorney to allow you to plead to the improper plates, which is a 0-point offense, and dismiss count 2, but you're amending the count 1, no insurance. and dismissing the expired plate civil infraction. Correct?
Right.
Mrs. Gaten Robinson, do you have any, do you want to discuss this with Attorney Goss?
Attorney Goss, the young man now has a new vehicle with insurance and plates. He is currently insured. He's a student. Are you still in school, young man?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a college student. I would ask the people consider cutting him a break if he can provide us with the current documentation for his current vehicle and dismiss these matters.
Have you seen those?
I'm about to produce them.
This is the registration.
So hold on, Mr. Ali.
This
Give me
insurance.
1 second, Mr. Ali. I gotta change the view so I can see Mr. Ali, hold the registration up for me. There's some things I need to read off of them. Okay, just hold one of them. Be still, that's perfect. So he got the registration 5/28/2021. It is for a 2019 Ford 4-door. And it is valid until February 1st, 2022. Thank you. Let me see the insurance. The insurance is through Progressive, and the policy was effective 5/6/2021 and is a 6-month policy until 11/6/2021. You can put it down, Mr. Ali.
Proper documentation.
All right. Mr. Ali, you drive a better car than I got. Hey.
Appreciate it.
Want to get in there? All right, so here we go. I have an offer that's been tendered by the people, and they're willing to dismiss this matter based on some proper documentation. So let me put this on the record. I have, and it does appear that you got a very good driving record as far as you have a license and you have only these 2 issues. So the case, let's call the case now. This is the City of Detroit versus Don J. Ali. Case numbers SP 1147459, counts 1 and 2. Mr. Ali, can you spell your name for the record?
DONJAI, last name OLLIE.
Okay, it's been an offer from the people, a recommendation to dismiss both of these matters due to valid documentation. Any objection to that, Mr. Ali?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor. Attorney Phyllis Gaten Robinson.
Go ahead.
P71733 on behalf of Mr. Ali.
Okay. Mr. Ali, what school do you go to?
Central Michigan University.
And what year are you in?
About to be a junior. This one is my second year. Yeah.
All right. That's good. So do you have any idea of what you want to do with yourself, or what you want to do with the degree you're gonna get?
Plan on majoring in marketing.
All right. So maybe you can help me get my my social media up there, huh? At some point. All right, Mr. Ali. With that being said, the cases are going to be dismissed. Good luck to you. Make sure you keep that valid documentation. I know that insurance can get expensive, so you might have to get yourself a part-time job or something and get that up. And you will, it sounds like you're on your way. So keep up the good work. If you ever need anything, then chime on in. All right?
Yeah.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye-bye. All right, I got Mr. Law.
Oh.
No, we already did Mr. Law, didn't we? Did we do Mr. Law? No, he was waiting, so.
No, you're
Mr. Law.
Is that the iPhone?
Yeah, that's the iPhone.
Yes.
Oh, I like Mr. Law. I have in this file here a recommendation from the city attorney, and that would be to, if we're packaging all these up in one, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matters. You have one driving while licensed never acquired, which would be amended to failure to display. You also have another driving while license never acquired, which would be to amend it to failure to display. We will in turn dismiss the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other matters. I will fine you $240 for each of the amended counts of failure to display, which would be $480. And you may or may not have reinstatement fees. Can we check that?
Yes.
You have a right to go to trial, and you have a right to discuss the ramifications of, if you would like to take this deal with Mrs. Gayton Robinson. You can let me know what you want to do.
Yes. Yes, I'll pay the bills for the tickets.
I'll give you as much time as you need to pay. The only thing I'm looking up is whether you have anything else, any reinstatement fees that you may or may not owe. All right, I don't see any reinstatement fees. You're going to be obligated for these 2 fees, and then you'll be here through with 36 district court. So based on that, I'm going to call the cases, and we will get you out of here.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
You know, I settle on this on the phone. This call is on this, you know, shit like that. I give you good shit on it. I'm saying my call.
Who's on the phone? Is that your background noise, Mr. Law? If you can, just mute the phone until I can. If you can get to someplace quiet, mute the phone until I can. Until I need you to speak. All right. All right. This is case number SP 1147207, counts 1, 2, and 3. Case number SP 1147208-1, and then 2041535-9, counts 1, 2, and 3. This is the City of Detroit versus Tiro Shamir Law. Mr. Law, I have 7 matters before the court. The offer in the file is to plead to 2 counts of the amended counts of failure to display. If you're willing to take that offer, I told you off the record that I would fine you $240 for each count, total of $480. I told you I'd give you as much time as you needed to pay. Also, the recommendation is to dismiss the other 5 counts that I have before me. And it's my understanding that you would like to avail yourself to that offer. Is that correct, Mr. Law?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Law, can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Mr. Law, you do understand that you have a right to go to trial in these matters?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you do understand by taking this offer, you're going to give up that right to go to trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did anybody offer you anything other than what is stated on the record?
No, Your Honor.
And you're taking these offers because you at your own free will, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Law, let me draw your attention to December 18th, 2020, around 8:15 a.m. in the area of Finkel and Prest. Did you have an occasion to be pulled over by a Detroit police officer?
Yes.
And at that time, were you asked to produce a valid driver's license?
Yes.
And you couldn't produce that license, could you, Mr. Law?
No, I cannot.
Because that license you never had a license to produce, is that correct?
No, Your Honor, I did not.
Okay. Now, I'm going to accept your plea to the amended count of failure to display. I'm going to fine you $240 in that matter. Now, Mr. Law, let me draw your attention to just 3 days later. When it rains, it pours, doesn't it, Mr. Law?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, Your Honor.
I said, let me draw your attention to 3 days later. When it rains, it pours, doesn't it, Mr. Law? You got caught within 3 days of driving without a license.
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct.
Yeah, okay, let me draw your attention back to December 21st, 2020 at around 9 a.m. in the area of Finkel and Coyle. Did you have an occasion to be pulled over by the Detroit police officer?
Yes, Your Honor.
And at that time, did the Detroit police officer ask you to produce a driver's license, a valid driver's license?
Yes, he did, Your Honor.
And at that time, you couldn't produce a driver's license, could you, Mr. Law?
No, I could not, Your Honor.
You couldn't produce a driver's license because you never had a valid license. Is that correct, Mr. Law?
Yes, that is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm going to accept your plea to the amended count of failure to display. I'm going to fine you $240 in this matter as well. Both 0-point offenses, but both misdemeanors. I told you I'd give you as much time as you needed to pay. How much time do you need to pay, Mr. Law?
30 days.
Based on that representation, I'm going to give you 60 days, Mr. Law. And what I will say is, just like everyone else, if you find yourself in the position that you can't pay that off within the 60 days, then you zoom back in so we can try and get you some more time, because I don't want to see this compound with penalties and interest. If you don't have any other questions, you can feel free to pay that anytime before the 60 days, though. If you don't have any other questions, that's going to conclude the matter.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot, Mr. Law. Be safe and have a great rest of the day.
You too. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. I'm going to call Mr. Levy.
Yes, sir.
I see you got the young one behind you that requires most of your time. So we're going to see if we can help you out and get you out of here.
Thank you, sir.
Well, and I wish I would have seen this ahead of time. And what's being asked of you is to take the Michigan Defensive Driving course. Now, the only issue that I have is that I would like so there'd be some discussion of what you could expect if you were elected to take that course.
Yes, sir.
My assumption is, let me ask you this, did you have a valid insurance on the day?
Yes, sir.
And you'd be able to produce that. Then what about the license? Was your license suspended?
Yes, sir.
So, Mrs. Gaten Robinson, I have always given everyone the opportunity to have you discuss with Mr. Goss what he could expect. So he's just not blindly taking this Michigan Defensive Driving course, which is a 8-hour course. It's got 14 quizzes and 1 test. I'm sure that the offer will get better. I'm sure they'll take into account that Mr. Levy did have the proper insurance on that day, and it just has no valid registration certificate. Or I should say, did you have a valid registration on that car that day?
Yes, sir.
All right. But the only issue I have is that they're asking him to do this driving course, and he really doesn't know what he can kind of expect.
Why are they requesting it?
Because
avoid points? Is it because there was an accident? I don't understand what the request is.
It's because it's alleged that he was speeding 16 to 20 miles over the posted speed limit. And let me say this, I'm glad my clerk just brought this up, but there is another ticket. It seems like this ticket has already been adjudicated. That you have to pay some money on.
Come on, honey.
So that's going to be not a part of this record, but just to note that when you want to go get your license, that you have to take care of this ticket that you had back in 2016.
Yes, sir.
But guilty to the amended accountability display. So let me see if I can get Mr. Goss back in. It's almost 3 o'clock. We have how many more people? 2 after you.
Sit down, please.
No, honey. Daddy busy right now. Daddy busy, okay?
What I did was I sent him a text message to see if he can respond. Give me a few more minutes to go over that and see if we can get an answer for you, and then we will recall the case. All right.
Yes, sir.
This is Lanier.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Thank you for your patience.
No problem.
I have accident failures, clear distance, and I have a no insurance misdemeanor. Did you have insurance on this day, Mrs. Lanier?
I did not. I have insurance now, but on that day, I did not.
All right. Well, so here's the thing. this failure to stop clear distance, I know is, what is that, a 2-point offense, Ms. Gabe?
2 or 3, give me one moment to look it up.
If we look that up, it's written under the city code, but I'm assuming that it's gonna be the same points as it is city or state.
And was I allowed to discuss that particular ticket?
No, not right now.
Just give us a second, Ms. Lanier.
Ms. Lanier? I'm sorry, Your Honor. If you want to discuss it, you're gonna have to discuss it with me in a breakout room because this is the judge that will be the finder of facts. So you can't talk to him about the details of the case in the event that you want to go to trial on it, okay?
Okay.
So give us a minute. Let me look up the points. And then if you want to talk to me about what happened, we can, but you can't tell the judge the story and then expect him to not be biased or not already have some idea of what's going on and be neutral when your trial date comes if you request a trial date, okay?
Okay.
But what I will afford you is the opportunity, and definitely your attorney, the opportunity to speak to the city attorney. I'll put you guys in a breakout room and you guys can talk about this and you can tell your attorney what you want to say. And then she can have the opportunity to talk to the city attorney who did come back in the room.
Okay, thank you.
You want me to put you in a breakout room together, Ms. Gayton and Mrs. Lanier?
Yes, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
Most likely, I gotta see his driving record also, but most likely it'd be a 1.9. It's a 4.9.
Oh, driving record.
But I won't know that until, I don't make that determination until, I'm not gonna make anything final until he finishes the course.
So, did you hear that, Ms. Gayton?
I didn't hear what you, no, I didn't hear what you said.
This has to do with Mr. Levy. He wants to take wants Mr. Levy to take that Michigan defensive driving course. He has a 6 to 20 over, and he's saying that the 6 to 20 over is a 4-point offense. I would defer to him as to that representation that he's saying that right, because he does it more than I do.
I just checked it.
Oh, he checked it. Okay, so he's checked that. He's thinking that, his initial thoughts is that he would offer Mr. Levy a 1-point offense if he takes that. And what about the other cases?
Okay.
Are you working, Mr. Levy?
No, sir, but I have the babysitting.
No, are you working? I know you're babysitting. I know that. That's your daughter, right?
Yes, sir.
Tell her we said hi. So you can't babysit your own daughter.
No, I'm on daddy duty.
Yeah, that's daddy duty. Let's say that. But
I'm sorry, I never normally use it, but I'm daddy duty.
Other than daddy duty, do you have a job? Are you employed?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Don't hold me to it, but
we gotta give them some kind of idea.
it's gonna be better than 4 points, no matter what. So,
Well, here's the inclination. The inclination is to allow you to take the Michigan driver course. It sounds like his initial thoughts are to offer you a 1-point offense if you take that course and complete it successfully. And what I'm hearing is that the other 2 cases will be dismissed if everything else comes back okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mrs. Gaten Robinson, do you need to go over anything with Mr. Levy?
No, Your Honor, I think that that's a fair offer, but ultimately it is Mr. Levy's decision.
Let's put that in the file so we can know that that's your initial information.
I know when they show me the certificate, I know that this deal is in place. I never give anybody what they did to the certificate.
Okay.
So that's just standard.
Are we gonna remember that?
You gonna make me remember that.
Okay, all right.
I know how you like it.
Mr. Levy, how much time do you think you'll need to do this course?
Within a month.
Okay, within a month, I'm gonna give you 30 days. What I'll do is I will schedule this for another pretrial date. And, okay, I think we already went on the record, right, Mrs. Davis?
Ready, Ann?
We're gonna go back on the record with the city of Detroit versus Lancel Levy. Did we put him on the record already, Mrs. Davis?
No, sir.
Okay, so let's do that. I'm sorry.
Come back this way.
He definitely moved that course. But I'm gonna dismiss those other two since I said it. I will see the driver record first.
Come on. Up, no crying.
Okay. The other one is a civil one.
The one I had, I gave you. Yeah, it's already.
The civil infraction act?
No, that was a misdemeanor.
Speeding, okay, I got the speeding, and I have the,
The speeding is on the docket.
okay.
And
Mary's in there.
License suspended,
it's on the, yeah, it's on the docket.
that's on the docket as well.
And then the one that is not on the docket because it's been to the.
What about the ballot, what about the no expiration? Oh, that's just a warning.
Okay.
Okay, great, okay, so, let's call the case. This is case number, this is, the city of Detroit versus Lancel Levy, case number SP 114-76511, and case number SP 114-76741. Today is the date and time set for an arraignment on this matter. I will set aside any warrants if there's any, and I will enter a not guilty plea on Mr. Levy's behalf. Mr. Levy, we had discussions off the record about trying to get to a resolution in this case, and what's being offered is that the people want you to take a Michigan defensive driving class. That's an 8-hour class. It's a pretty extensive class. I know that upon completion of that class, and when you come back, people generally ask you something about what you learned from that class. So you might want to take a few notes and jot some things down, because I know you can learn some things. I took the class some years ago for a speeding ticket that I got out of Tennessee, which I'm sure is the same type of class. So I learned some things as well. So with that, the people are have an inclination here to offer you instead of the 4-point violation that you're charged with, to amend it to a 1-point violation. And the inclination is to dismiss the rest of the matters. And that was before he saw your driving record, Mr. Levy, which is a few pages long here. But I think that I'm glad that you got that heard before he saw that, because the offer probably would not have been as great. But my understanding that you're willing to take that and come back, show us proof of that, and then we can try to get these matters resolved.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're going to set a pretrial date. Please.
July 14th.
For July 14th?
Yes, at 8:30.
At 8:30 a.m. That's July 14th at 8:30 a.m. That
July
should give you, well, that's not the 30 days that that you kind of requested for that class, or is it 30 days? That's 30 days. Oh, thank you. She's way on top of it than I am. That should be enough time, hopefully, to get those things done. So that's defensivedriving.com, and you would select the 36 district court option.
Yes, sir.
And you'll be provided with some documentation, and when you get that, come on back in on that July 14th pretrial date. We'll see if we can get this stuff resolved.
Okay, sir.
Okay? So
Yes, sir.
if there's no other questions, you're free to leave.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
One question.
Okay.
How do I get to that? Where do I go to take this course?
Go to MichiganDefensiveDriving.com.
Okay.
It's an online, and make sure you select the 36 district court option.
Yes, sir.
All right. If you have any other questions, feel free to Zoom or call my courtroom.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great one.
Cynthia, sir. Thank you a lot.
All right, Ms. Lanier, where were we? We were at the area of okay, so I'll put you guys in a breakout room.
Okay, thank you.
I want you to be able to try to resolve this as painless as possible, but at the same time, it is an accident offense, and I don't know if anybody can do any better than Mrs. Gaten Robinson can, but I'm gonna let you guys talk about it, all right?
Okay.
Chanel,
Yes, sir.
good afternoon. Thank you for your patience. What is
No
your
problem.
Giles? You must have hung up and called back in.
Yeah, my Zoom wasn't working right.
That's fine. I thought I had you. So Mrs. Giles. Chanel Giles. She's on the.
Oh, sure.
Yes, so she's got 3 matters. Mrs. Giles, what about insurance and proper insurance in place? Do you have that?
I did have it at the time, but he didn't ask me. And you said what else? I'm sorry.
All right. The plates and insurance, did you have that?
No, my plates were washed off, but I gave him my registration and everything. I'm sorry, I have a cold. But I can't get into, and I've moved to Michigan since I got the ticket up here. So I'm trying to get into the DMV up here.
Uh-huh.
But everybody keeps telling me I can get into next day, but I have an appointment scheduled for August.
Well, let me say this: they are welcome to Michigan, welcome to Detroit.
Thank you.
Sorry that this had to be your welcoming thing for this ticket, but what we will do is, do you have a license in Ohio?
It was expired.
Okay, so, and you said the plates were good, just the plates were washed off or something?
Yeah, I had a temporary tag that it was washed off, but I gave him all of my registration, everything that I had with it on there. So, but he was real mean, so I just gave him everything, and took the ticket and just left. I didn't want any problems.
All right.
Those are the only 3 she has.
That's awesome. Yeah, all right. So what I want to do, I'm gonna do two. I'm gonna I'm gonna give you two options.
Okay.
First, the one option in the file is plead to a misdemeanor of failure to display a valid license. And that would be to a 0-point offense. It would be abstracted to the Secretary of State, and it would be a misdemeanor, but it's no points. And it would be to dismiss the other two counts, the improper plates and no insurance.
It's
Now,
a I'm sorry, go ahead.
Is a misdemeanor. Second, I'll also give you, just like I did everyone else, the option of going to talking to Miss Gayton Robinson, the city attorney, and based on the fact that you have proper documentation at the time, I will allow Mrs. Gayton Robinson to speak with the city attorney. I don't know if he's going to be back today. I know he has some other matters, so it may be something that we can put off for another day. I should write all that stuff down. It's just you never did.
Is a misdemeanor bad?
Yeah, it's not good. It's not the worst thing in the world either. It's a misdemeanor to failure to display your driver's license. So I don't think. Well, put it this way, some people have, it is a misdemeanor. So you would have to ever ask that question: have you ever been convicted of a misdemeanor? Do you have any? Have you ever had anything misdemeanors or anything on your record?
No, I don't get in trouble.
You've never gotten a driving offense or anything like that before?
Yes, I have like a speeding ticket once before, but I really don't have, like I said, I don't have a record.
Okay, so.
Well, I guess that is a record.
No, that's not the type of record I'm talking about. The type of record I'm talking about is the driving on suspended license or something like that.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so give me a second. Let me wait on Mrs. Robinson, and then I try to see if I can get the corporal prosecutor back in.
I can just take that. I'm sorry. I've been on here for 2 hours, and I'm trying to help my kids. I apologize.
There's no apology necessary, but I would ask you if you can wait just a few more minutes. I'm trying to do the best I can to get you to a point that it potentially could get better than this. So if you can sit tight now, if you can't wait, we can take this offer and I can get you out of here. But if you give me a few more minutes, we can see. Is that okay?
Honestly, I really have to go. Like my daughter, she just graduated and I got to take her to see her sergeant. She's in the Army. And we kind of laid out.
I can do this, then I can get you another date. Because or you can take this, but I would suggest you get another date and just have the plates and stuff, the proof of that with you on that other date.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so what are we looking at as another pretrial date for Mrs. Giles?
I'm sorry.
It's another pretrial date so that she can bring her and show the city attorney her paperwork. She's got a graduation that we don't want her to be late to.
Oh.
Just have that information available. I'm going to call the case in the meantime, so we'll have that date as soon as you get ready. So this is City of Detroit versus Chanel Giles. Case numbers SP 11477746, counts 1, 2, and 3. Today is the date and time to be arraigned on these matters. If there's any warrants, I'll recall any warrants. I'll enter a not guilty plea on Ms. Giles' behalf. The city attorney is here now, but I do understand, Ms. Giles, that you have a very important function and that your daughter is graduating. You want to get to that. We'll set a pretrial date in this matter. I would like for you to bring your documentation that you had on that day so that you can show that to the city attorney, and we'll see if we can get you something that's better than what's in the file.
Yes, sir.
Can you do July the 21st? Is that July the 21st? Yes. That would be, can you do July the 21st?
Yes, sir. Do I need to bring it down there?
8:30. No, just zoom back in, July 21st at 8:30.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations to your daughter. Thank you, Ms. Giles. If there's nothing else, you can go ahead and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you for your patience. Sorry, I just, that was something that she had all the documentation, she said.
You don't need me for that, you can do private documentation.
But she had also misdemeanor, failure to display, misdemeanor drove out. Her license was suspended, but she had insurance and registration.
Just do the FTDs, dismiss up to.
Well,
I won't dismiss everything.
All right, well, I was gonna give her, Mrs. Jake the opportunity to speak to you. She'll be back.
Yeah.
If it doesn't get any better, it doesn't get any better. Okay, what have we got, Mrs. Jake Robinson?
Your Honor, we are going to set this matter for a trial. Ms. Lanier would like to see if there's the potential for a reduction in the number of points that she received.
What? She has a driving accident and is responsible for the accident. Ready to stop. There's instance.
Yeah, I will have to talk to the officer to do anything better.
Okay. We'll do that. Let me put this on the record. Did we already offer it? No, we didn't. Let me try this. Is this Shapless Lanier? Chablis?
Sorry, it's Chablis.
Chablis. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Lanier. I thought I was pronouncing that. Did I pronounce the last name correctly?
Yes. Thank you.
The court will be calling. Do we have anything else outstanding?
No, that was it.
All right. The court will call case numbers SP 1147445 and SP 1147444. The City of Detroit versus Chablis Faye Lanier. Ma'am, can you state and spell your name for the record, please?
Chablis Faye Lanier, CHABLISFAYELENEAR.
No, not a jury.
July.
Okay, Ms. Lanier, I do understand that you are requesting a trial in this matter. What I will do is I'll set this for a bench trial, and that'll be just for you to have the opportunity to see if you can work out a resolution, something better that's been put in the offer. I will also, I do understand that you have the right to a jury trial, and I will not ask you or not require you to make a decision right now on whether you want to exercise that jury trial right, because I believe that this can be resolved on the next day. So I'm going to give you a July trial date of July 28th. will summons the officers into court. And at that time, we will see if we can get this resolved. If on that date that it doesn't get resolved and you choose that you want to have a jury trial, then we will give you another date to come back for your constitutional right to a jury trial.
Okay.
Did I go over everything? And for the record, let's say that the offer here is a two count offense or 2-ticket offense. The offer would be to plead responsible to the civil infraction of accident failure to stop clear distance ahead, and the no insurance ticket would be dismissed. Did you have valid insurance on that day? Okay, so I would suggest.
I didn't have insurance on that day, but.
All right. Do you have valid insurance now?
Yeah.
Okay. I would suggest that you bring that valid insurance to court with you on that day. And then if there's no other questions, have I gone over everything, Mrs. Gaten Robinson?
Yes, Your Honor.
If there's no other questions, your next time to be in court, you'll zoom in at July 28th at 9 a.m.
Okay, thank you.
No other questions, Ms. Lanier?
No.
All right. Thank you for your patience, and you have a great day.
Thank you.
Yes. Bring the stuff in.
Your Honor, is that everyone?
Yes, seems like it.
I hope it's here because no man is 20 minutes.
All right, have a wonderful day.
Okay.
I mean, Miss Lee.
Yeah, no. Okay, thank you so much, Phyllis. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, I'll take one of them cakes too whenever you get a chance.
I gotta make Mama P one soon.
Okay.
Okay.
I saw you today too.
Okay.
All right, have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Yana, this is Denise. My camera stopped working, but is your clerk Mary?
Yes. Hey, Denise.
Hi, Mary. Oh, I'm sorry. You're
Hey.
still on YouTube.
I know. I didn't want to say nothing.
Hi.
That's all right.
You're still on live, Denise.
We got to give everybody a shirt, so you know.
I didn't know that was you, Mary. You know, I would have spoken much earlier.
I know.
I miss you.
I know. I miss you too. We're gonna wait for Miss Lee to see if she's still on.
She can. We'll do from this point. I don't know if anybody else wants it. We'll just get another day.
Okay.
It's already way past.
Okay. So I need you to come out and go back in. Something happened with that?
Just want to make note of that. So that we know we're on the same.
So do you have one of these? So like Yeah, they can't do DNA.
All right. Thank you. All right, other than that,
So she,
have some of this stuff here. So this is discharge probation.
that's what you know.
Yeah, we sign, yeah, we sign. Discharges probation.
Oh. What we should call this round of paper. This week. And she said, yeah.
Agrees. So, I guess I'm assuming I'm signing this. Request summons for probation violation. This would be, this is a June.
They do.
Today's date.
Yep.
Now, on that. Probation officer, all she ever did take her son. And then the last thing that was here, that this is Mathis left. So, and it's been provided verification. And so,
Yeah, so all these probation.
this is the same thing.
No, this is
That's the one that we're letting on probation.
right, this is discharge.
This one, okay, so two people. Mr. Lee Valentino, Grigsby.
Yeah.
So that's that.
And then that's the violation.
Okay, so both of these are violations, that one and this one.
Yeah.
So it's for the same.
Basically.
So
Yeah.
now can you email this to her, or is this something that you would take over?
Yeah, I can.
Other than that, I don't see anything else that I need to do, is it?
Well, my son. But it's like, stuff that I have to put in the system. That you
Okay.
can sign tomorrow.
Okay. Is that what you want me to do?
Yeah, if we're finished, because I gotta put it in the system and stuff, so it'll be, or I can leave it on the desk for you to sign.
All right, so what we can do is, I guess,